Hello everyone, and welcome back to our Let's Play of Disco Elysium. My name is Chris, and I'm here with my co-host, Tyler. Say hello, Tyler.
Hi, if you're like me, you've also found Dr. Bronner shampoo label to be an invigorating read.
I mean, hey, sometimes you forget your phone and you gotta make do.
Yeah, and I don't want to read Katharine Hepburn's Me for like the umpteenth time in the bathroom. I never update my own magazines.
Fair. Alright, well, last
Alright.
time we had a little chat with Renee about his war heroics, and we also had a little chat with Saleng here, who... Wait, what?
They've been idle for so long and they're so close, they're stretching each other's backs.
Wow, I did not know that this was like an idle animation that was in this game. This is incredible.
Yeah, this is how I feel when I'm with you.
Wow, this is a blessed sight.
I'm glad we took that break to talk about Infinite Jest and House of Leaves.
Yeah, a little LP behind the scenes. We were having a little chat, and now we get to see this. So that's great. Anyway, we'll just leave them to it. Recapping, we talked to Saleng over here, who was trying to sell us possibly stolen goods. So we might want to investigate that. We will see.
Yeah. And you know what? I think Salade here is braver than Renee, because it takes a lot of guts to sell illegal merchandise than it is to be in a crummy war you had no stake in.
No comment. But
Salade
yeah.
probably takes bullets all the time.
I mean, maybe.
Probably from the law.
Probably. Alright, over here,
sunglass sellers.
We've got Roy's Pawn Shop.
Faster times.
We've got some fingerless gloves.
Yes, put them on.
Put them on. I will.
I want to be the Digimon tamer I've always wanted to be.
We're currently wearing the Falm Ultra Series gloves, which are giving us +1 half-light. We can get +1 electrochemistry instead.
I think if we do that, it means we'll be able to find like powdered magnesium in places quicker.
Maybe.
That's just me though. Also, maybe somebody left a stick of gum in there.
Maybe. Let's see what we got here. Some more tear. Excellent. Whoa. No need to run.
Whoa. What's this?
Water lock out of order until Wednesday, 7:15 a.m.
What is a water? Oh, like for the hydro pump that lowers the bridge.
I believe you're correct, but yeah, I think this is it here. Let's see.
How you doing, dude? Why is he brandishing a knife at us?
Hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them.
I didn't know that was a salami he was cutting. It just looked like he whipped out a Swiss Army knife.
I was gonna say it does kind of look like the holster, you know.
Yeah. Also,
but now that you know it's a salami, you're like, oh, okay, it's a salami. I got you.
Also, what is that pose? Like he's cutting the knife away from him, but like you don't see like the thumb holding the bit he's cutting off, so it's probably just gonna fall on the ground. This guy's psycho.
Yeah, it is a bit weird, eh? Maybe he's expecting that the salami will stick to the blade of the knife, you know, because of like the viscosity of it.
Never trust
eat it off the knife like a cool guy.
Never. No, you do that with apples, not with salami. You put that salami on your sandwich blend. Anyways.
Look, man, all I'm saying is it's making me want to like cut a piece of salami off and eat it off the knife. So.
Oh my god, I got kubasa in my fridge. I'm gonna cook that with some boiled potatoes. Chop that up, put that in with some macaroni I boiled, and I.
Nice.
And I put
Gentle viewer.
Oh.
I know that you may have been confused by the word that Tyler just said. He called a smoked Polish sausage kubasa. What you need to understand is that me and Tyler are from a region of the world where that is what a kielbasa is called.
Oh no, am I a plebeian? Damn it.
Because look, man, where we come from, that smoked Polish sausage is kubasa. But when I moved to this city and asked for it by name, I was looked at as though I were some type of alien fallen down to Earth. So, you know, just be careful. Not everywhere is Western Canada, I guess.
Yeah, well, we're from when people mispronounce words, I have sympathy because we're from a place where we call it Notre Dame and Des Mirans, and
Look,
oh boy, would you be surprised that they say Coburn right?
there's no right or wrong. It's just this is the way it is. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's talk to the man on the waterlock, shall we?
What are you doing here, man on the waterlock? That's your name?
My friend Barry the Butcher is stuck on the other side of the waterlock. I'm keeping him company and eating his salami.
All right.
Just mock
The
him?
corner of your eye, you see a man in a yellow shirt and grey overalls waving at you from across the canal.
Hello.
He seems disappointed about the wreckage on the waterlock and the salami.
Your
Very
fucking
good
butcher
stuff.
friend?
Anything I can do for you, officer?
What? What? You fucking psycho. Your butcher friend is on the other side and you're cutting salami in front of him.
I know, right? It's like torturous.
Yeah, he's probably like, oh, I want a piece. What caused the wreckage? Did you do it?
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Revachol.
The words Daredevil Driver sound ominous to you.
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here. Especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then.
Do you know what's further down the coast?
Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it. Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins.
All right.
What's wrong with it? Like, did they play hip hop at this congregation? What do you mean?
They got cool youth pastors. I don't know.
Yeah, I want a priest that comes out looking like a wizard to tell me about like Job.
I 100% agree. I don't want my priest to be cool. I want him to be like pseudo magical.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
I
what's
don't
the
want
point?
Yeah, look at this businessman telling us about I don't know, tithing. Fuck, I never went to church. I don't know anything.
All right.
Some of that salami.
Do you want some of the salami?
I would like some salami, please.
All right.
Sure thing. Want some
Oh,
too,
thank you.
officer?
Why not?
All right.
Oh, that was a really nice exchange. I'm glad that went very swimmingly.
I'll just sharing a little bit of salami.
Watch as this like bites us in the ass later. Where it's like he took a bribe from this man with salami.
Again, I'm pretty sure like we're explicitly like allowed to take bribes.
I
It's
know,
just
but-
like we can't take too big of bribes.
Yeah, but what if it was like a sign? Like it was like somebody's watching. And it's like, oh yeah, the officer took the salami. That's how you know that he's in our
Loose wires
thing.
dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the waterlock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything.
Well, pulling the lever probably won't do anything. Do you want to pull it anyway?
Let's pull it.
Pull
Watch,
the
I fix
lever
it.
all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk. Then, nothing happens.
Push it harder.
Nothing happens. A cold gust of wind blowing in from the sea interrupts
I'm
the
so mad.
silence
Give me
of
some
the
more salami.
situation.
Kim,
Well,
I wonder if your car can drive over this.
or at least ever. I mean, a car did seem to like do a sweet jump over the canal, so
Yeah, these
another
these
mystery
teen-
to be solved.
A spring
teen
brings the lever
daredevils.
back to its original position. You still need to close the waterlock to get across the canal. Some other way. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
There
I
was.
have to pull the lever again. Available.
You can pull it again if you want to.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it. I can spite you.
Fair.
You pull the lever all the way up. Nothing
Yeah.
happened.
Okay.
A
Nothing
spring
Okay,
happened.
brings the
we're
lever
done
back.
here.
Wasn't there a sign?
We're done here. We're done.
Yeah, all those teens got fucked up at Teen Sex Club, and now they hear a dead man's curved turnpike bridge gallows thing.
All right. Well, it's looking like we're not going to be able to continue to search for Morel until at least tomorrow.
Let's just tell her he's dead.
Because we cannot cross the water. But what we can do is check out the pawn shop if you're interested in that.
Yeah, I need to know if you have Talladega Nights on DVD. I'm looking for the one where the cover is made of cardboard.
Alright, let's see. Alright.
This place screams it has Hard Boiled on the Criterion Collection Blu-ray.
Probably does.
Yeah.
Some kind of machine. Antique cash register.
It's an anti-Takara device.
That is maybe just an antique cash register. A bust. Day. Dolores Day?
Red China Johnny Ray.
Film projector.
It's playing like a static JPEG of an ass.
Watch out. Mostly military wear. Alright, so we've got 3 things we can inspect, and we can talk to the guy. Anything catch your eye?
Let's inspect this military gear, just out of curiosity, since we're closest to it.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
Looks like we can't inspect the gear itself. It's just this is a sawed-off streetlight, apparently.
Oh, well,
We can ask him about it if you want.
Yeah, where'd you get this?
Alright.
It was brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property. You have
That's
to admit
fair.
it's rather clever what he's done with it.
Yeah, he's made modern art with it.
I do agree. This is pretty cool. It is cool to, like, steal things, you know?
I would love to steal.
I mean, generally, I don't approve of stealing from your municipal authorities, who are cash-strapped as it is. You know,
That's
if
true.
you must steal from someone who can afford it. Like,
A business.
yes.
Not a musician, though.
Yeah.
I'd take a bullet for most musicians. Those guys have it rough. The industry's unfair.
Steal from Bono. Anyway.
Yeah, you know what? If he's gonna force himself onto my phone, I'm gonna steal from him.
What do you want to
Let's
ask?
let our gaze run over the streetlight.
The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently. This would make quite a statement in your living room.
I don't even know if I have a house.
We tried thinking about our home and thought about a home we used to live in, so that doesn't seem that helpful.
Nothing else I need to know.
Alright, you don't want to ask how much it is?
No. What's he
Alright.
gonna say? He's gonna be like, you probably can't afford it, kind stranger.
I mean, only when we find out. But fair enough. You don't want it, you don't want it. That's life.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm getting very strong Bioshock vibes from this.
It does kind of have, like, that underwater feeling, you know?
Yeah.
We want to talk to him? We've got 2 more displays we can check out, or...
Yeah, let's check out the far one. Let's see what kind of haunted porcelain dolls he has.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the
Oh, why are they
physical
making
display
noise?
table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty.
I'm wondering if that sound is, like, the film projector that we heard
I
earlier?
hope that's a film projector. I'm just horrified by the idea if you go to look at wind-up toys and they're all just like vibrating.
Try to find something pretty and cool here. Then use it to win her back.
Win her back.
Yes. Buy something nice. A figurine.
Oh, it's like a turn of phrase, like
Maybe. Who knows? We've got an 83% chance. Dress code rummager. We can
Yeah.
also maybe retool our interfacing to get it even higher before we make this check if you want.
you know what? Before we do that, let's inspect everything. Maybe that'll give us some cool insight.
Alright, the knights.
Big men on big horses, clad in lamella armor and carrying flintlocks. The kind that would mow down a line of enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye.
Franco-Nigerian knights. I used to be very serious about these guys.
A long, long time ago.
Yep.
That was the monarchy, right?
I don't remember exactly what the Franco-Nigerian cavalry was all about. I think there's there's like some history about it that we can figure out, but
Yeah.
let's inspect the blue uniforms.
They're not all
It's
blue.
rip.
These figurines also wear gold coats and caps. complemented by orange trousers. They are variously posed, wielding swords and rifles with bayonets.
I'm gonna hold the picture up and be like, this looks like Renee. So you hold it next to the toys.
Alright.
But, yeah, this looks like Renee.
This is what the loyalists look like, yes, at first. Then they wised up and got camouflage.
Fair. What
That's
exactly
like
are
World
they?
War One.
Which one?
What are these?
Ah, royalist soldiers from the time of the Revolution. The uniforms are painted a bit too brightly, I suppose.
Alright, and the figurines in rags?
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols. Some even shovels and tall sticks.
Are these even soldiers, or are these just hobos?
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? Yes, they are soldiers, revolutionary soldiers. I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win.
They're giving us military propaganda and reinforcing gender norms. I hate this.
Well,
Let's go with, I feel like number one, like, we should be able to inspire hope with these, because I'm picturing these like small soldiers the more I think about it.
fair
Like,
enough.
the revolutionaries are Chip Hazard, and, you know, these revolutionaries are the Gorgonites.
We can do it, baby.
Maybe.
Crazy not to be scared.
Alright. We haven't gotten a higher one, but we can step away from the table and,
No, let's slam it. Slam it. 83% I believe in us.
oh, wait.
Oh.
Sorry. I was just wanted to double check this. This is from earlier. We can close the water lock tomorrow.
Oh, thank goodness. I was...
Well, I've already left, so we might as well, try and bump our interfacing if we can.
Okay.
We can't. Well, that was a waste of everyone's time. Now
Oh,
let's
You see rows
learned
of
something.
toy soldiers
We did.
guarding the rest of the trinkets.
look
displayed
for something
on the
cool.
table. Some
Yeah.
on horseback. Why? What's this? A headless man riding a horse. A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say foul.
We found a Kit Bashed figure! Yeah, Kit Bashed Nendoroids rule!
What's
What is this?
That's the headless phone rider.
Why do you have ContraPoints figures here? Who?
The headless phone rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fawn tracksuit. As you see, he's missing his head.
I love the way he's describing this like it's a normal thing.
Yeah.
50 cents. Bargain price. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it, or something. That part of the story has many interpretations.
Alright, do you want the cool figurine?
I really do want the cool figurine.
Alright, 50 cents.
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you.
Yeah, I want to be like those TikTok people that carry Lego figurines for strength.
Well, we have the headless Fallen Rider.
Yeah.
The head is not included.
I should point out, I only said that looked like ContraPoints because I saw a ContraPoints Kit Bash figure the other day. That was on
really?
my mind.
Well,
Yeah,
there you go.
it was sick. It was really cute too.
For some
Just-
reason, that has given us the ability to retry the Man from Hjelmdal series. So,
Fuck yeah! Because you know
Interesting.
what, this Kit Bash figure,
knows pain, I guess.
yeah. I too feel headless when I read Himdall the Himbo. But yeah, let's go talk to Bird's Nest Roy.
Alright.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
Have you had any trouble lately?
I haven't had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about inconsistent law enforcement.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Alright.
Quite the collection indeed.
It keeps me entertained.
Yeah, those are
He's
some
well
cool lights.
composed, but underneath it you sense psychedelic processes bubbling. Some kind of drug, maybe.
I want to be an art cop, not a narc.
Well, we can give it a go with electrochemistry. Again, we can also double check with our. I think we can definitely pump electrochemistry a bit. Maybe we can sell things to him. We can also
sell back the figure we just bought from him.
Yeah, well, we can also sell like the postcards that we've been picking up and other things like that to him for money if we need it.
Ooh, good call.
But
Also,
yeah.
Do you have any guns like the ones carried by officers in the citizens militia?
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
The
Oh,
lieutenant shifts
awesome.
from one foot to another. Alert.
Oh, would
Fuck.
you look at that?
You know what? You know, was the buyer a policeman too?
She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her. Truth be told, she was terrifying.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
How do I answer this?
Well, you have 4 options. Go ahead and read through them and see if one of them.
I don't like it either. I think number 3 is the best one we can do, because I don't know if I want to put any more points into Sorry Cop.
Fair enough.
You're right that she could cast aspersions on the force. We have to find her.
Any idea where I can find this buyer?
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it right now. You'll just have to hope Everard wasn't lying, and the Union can track her down in time.
Alright.
I don't know why I would go with number 1, because we already know I sold him the gun, so that's not a surprise to me anymore.
Alright, well, we don't have to do it then.
Have people from Everett Claire's Union come here to track that gun?
Maybe. Shady-looking guys came in here yesterday, looking like they'd just taken off their Wild Pines overalls. They asked if I have a police weapon to sell. I told them I already sold it. They went their way. It was a trip, but you know, all sorts of people come here, asking for all sorts of things.
Wait, then it might be true. Everard's claims.
Maybe Claire really is tracking down your gun.
People as oleaginous as Everard seem like they're lying, even when they're really being truthful.
Good enough.
Now, I have a theory. Maybe that wasn't Everard's people looking for the gun. Maybe it was the people who committed the crime.
Well, the people who committed the crime. Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
that's
we-
true.
Now, although, wait, what's the time frame? He said a couple days ago, but the crime was committed a week ago.
Yeah, that's.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, no,
I don't
like,
think it's-
yeah, that's true, because we definitely sold our gun after the crime was committed, because that's why we were here, right? So-
Yeah, I'm an idiot. Sorry.
That's okay. I mean, it's fine. You know, we gotta. I mean, it's always good to keep that kind of stuff in thought. All right. So do you want to just conclude then?
Let's conclude this and ask if they have any Nendoroids and VTubers.
Of course.
We can.
Why would we ask about the missing gun again?
In case we want to go back over the details, I assume.
Okay, that's fair. You might be able to aid in our investigation.
I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
Do you know anything about the recent hanging?
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business. Bad for everyone.
He doesn't know anything.
All right.
Yeah, he
That's all I
smells
got
like an
for now.
art room.
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
All right. Do you want to do this electrochemistry test?
Yeah, I don't know how much I want to be a narc though, but I feel like we should do it.
Well, we're just curious. So,
Oh yeah.
all right, hold on. Let's just get our electrochemistry squared away. I'm
Take
pretty
the bridge,
sure.
Go to the boat. See if they can swim. Back into the show.
Yeah.
No one's in the house. Everyone is
These
out. All
pants.
the lights are on and the blinds down.
Get our electrochemistry up.
We're just changing our pants in front of him. We're putting on our belt bottoms so we can be more groovy when he asks if we have any drugs, sir.
It actually doesn't matter at all because they both give +1 electrochemistry. God damn.
Yeah.
Anything minus electrochemistry here? Nope. Oh, +1 from... Yeah, okay, never mind. Alright, well, let's give it a go, shall we?
You know, let's turn around
Hello,
and
Gabe.
look back at him
How
and then
can
be
I
like,
help
hey,
you?
it's me, Wavy Gravy.
Okay,
Oh.
he definitely is high. Whatever it is, you've probably done it, and many other things besides. But you can't cut through the jumble of sensations to get to the answer.
Crit fail. Very sad. Alright, well,
No.
we can try another time. Do you want to ask about these other wares before we go, or...?
Yeah, tell me about this Power Nelson comic you have here. I need to know if he's as dumb as people say he is.
The boomboxes on the shelf look well-loved and well-traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels.
I need to listen to the adventures of Power Nelson.
Let's
Stand on
see
tips
what-
of her toes.
One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. This is you. Golden orange. A sunset suite. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
Why would this be useful for my police work? Are we gonna, like, coerce snakes into coming closer?
I don't know.
Play some Barry White as we blast it into the floor? The Stereo 8 approved machine here.
Is the Harman Welsh W2. Made in Vespa. Designed in Seoul. Plays all reel-to-reel formats. 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real.
Wow, that's cheap.
$12.
I don't think we
Cheaper than a
need it, though.
VCR.
That's weird. That makes sense. Why would we need this?
I don't know.
Let's
Is that-
ask.
If police work means playing tapes, sure. You can use it for that. Or any other time you'd need to play a tape.
Thank you.
If we need to play a tape, I mean, we destroyed the tape player we had in the room, so we probably don't have one anymore.
Hey, you know what? That is a really good point. I didn't think of that. Would that mean if we replace it? Wait, was the one in our apartment, the room that we're in, like even ours, or was that come with the room?
Good question. I don't know.
That's sick. If like you go into a hotel or a hostel and they just give you like a Bluetooth player to blast music on, it's really cool.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing to have. A little perk.
Yeah, I think that's.
Do you want to
that's
ask
all,
if it's in
though.
working order? Do you want to buy it?
Nah, I think that's. Let's live. I don't
All
know
right.
if we need the speaker.
We can always buy it later if we want to.
Yeah. I'm gonna go watch Power Nelson now on Twitch.
All right. Well, what's next, Tyler? We can't continue our search for the cryptozoologist just yet. It appears.
Let's go talk to Joyce. I think that was the other thing that we could do to get our lowdown on reality.
Sure.
Back to life. Back to Joyce's boat. Back to life. And imagine this game took place in their alt version of the 2000s. How fucked up would it be?
I mean, I don't know if it would be more or less fucked up than it already is.
Sorry, I don't mean fucked up in a negative sense. I mean in like the kind of alt-world, stylings that this one does, where this is clearly like vaguely ahistorical.
I don't know.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Not an umbrella, I hope. I don't need one myself, you see.
Neither do I.
Very rugged. Good choice. Now, I suspect you had questions. Nothing like talking to pass a rainy day. Am I right?
Questions about reality, perhaps?
Yeah, the rain sets the perfect mood for ennui to think about reality with.
Alright.
More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
God damn it. Conceptualization's so high.
Yes. I think what times are these would be the one we'd need to get through to finish a reality lowdown.
Yeah. What is our times? What epic?
These are unimportant times, Detective. You and I were born after the dust had settled. 1,000th of a second too late.
You say that while you look like an older version of Carrie from Sex and the City, because you've both read Francis Fukuyama's End of History.
It's the end of history, baby. How disco is that?
Disco in the ruins. Too late for what?
For the big time.
What's that?
The revolution.
What is the revolution?
Yeah, what is this?
It's quite easy. Every 100 years or so, our species gets together to decide what's next, who gets shot in the head, and who gets the mineral rights. It's a real kerfuffle.
I think you have that every single day. I don't think we set dates for these. Like, there was a murder. I don't think that was a 1 in 100 years thing.
There's been a slaughter here.
Got shot in the head.
Those would be the communists. Generally speaking, 40 million people got shot in the head during the World Revolution. But the communists, they all got shot in the head.
That explains a hole
and
in
the
my
anarchists, too. They shot them well. So well, one forgets they even existed.
They shoot back.
Did they ever? Before they got shot themselves, they shot 2 million people.
Alright.
I don't know what 2 million they shot, but, just so I can sleep at night, I have to convince myself that they deserved it.
Truly a kerfuffle? Tragedy? Or...
Let's call it a kerfuffle. Let's really make this palatable to marketing.
Fair. We are talking to an executive, after all.
Yeah, they can deal with
it was a kerfuffle, all right.
Yes. The Insulindian deluge, they call it.
I heard of a deluge from Metal Gear Solid 2. It's a good one.
I've heard of the deluge that happens après moi, but,
That's my favorite. I had a deluge, too.
Yes. An acute thiamine deficiency can be exacerbated by alcoholism. Exacerbated means made worse.
I knew that. I yell as I'm facing the wrong way.
Anyone else get shot in the head?
Oh, lots of people. Even the king got shot in the head, or thrown beneath a horse, or drowned. Accounts differ. It was unceremonious. Just as well, he wasn't actually the king. Just the king's nephew. The real king abdicated and lived out a long and productive life as a venture capitalist in Grad.
Interesting.
I believe in the bigger king theory. That's not our king.
Well, what do we think about that king?
That's a bitch-ass king if I ever heard of one. Like, you abdicated your throne just so you can do, like, a Silicon Valley startup. Like, imagine you rule a country and your legacy is Juicero.
Look, man, I gotta admit I'd rather be a VC than a king, you know? All the money, none of the responsibility.
That is true.
But
That is true.
you
I
know,
respect that.
you can call him a coward if you'd like. I won't say.
I think most kings are cowards because like you don't grind for that view.
Exactly. All right, cowardly king.
I prefer the term risk-averse. King Guillaume was nobody's fool. He could smell a PR disaster brewing, so he got out alive, and his nephew Fricelle got shot in his place. Him and tens of thousands of his wonderfully fascist kingsmen. It was a wild time.
Yep.
Damn, who got the mineral rights?
The liberals got the mineral rights. And by mineral rights, I mean everything.
Oh.
That sounds like a liberal to me.
Yeah. No, as long as the guns were pink when they did it.
Fully half of the seized property was seized by women.
Did you know? Our violent armed forces are, equal.
We are bringers of liberation. Anyway, let's stop. Let's stop welching and.
And by liberals, you mean?
Liberals are usually middle-class people, Detective, or the remaining gentry, the beneficiaries of the pre-revolutionary arrangement. Some were rich enough to stay with the Constitution, with monarchy. Big mistake. Others bet on the revolution. They were called the Ultras, or Ultraliberals. They fared well.
And how did they win it all?
They didn't win so much as survive.
A class warfare.
We were the last ones standing when the war ended. Everyone else got shot in the head, remember?
She's one of them. Of course.
Yeah, genius rhetoric. I guess it was a pretty easy one. All right, everyone got shot. Who surrendered?
To foreign intervention. The coalition. Those people really took the mineral rights.
Wait, you said the liberals already took everything.
The liberals took everything that wasn't nailed to the ground. The coalition took the ground. The ocean, the laws, and the people.
And who are the coalition?
The coalition of nations. Grad, Mesk, Vesper, Messina, Oranje, and Sur-le-Clay, the armed center of the world. They landed here and ended the revolution. It was the moralist thing to do.
All right.
Moralists?
Moralists. We've heard a little bit about them.
The moralists believe in keeping everything exactly the way it is. They believe in mineral rights and not shooting people in the head. At least not in the same manner and volume as the others do.
That's always
they
how
are
it
the
is.
long-standing provisional rulers of Revachol now, the coalition government. This is their zone of control. They embolden the RCM with crumbs of the same law they took. Technically speaking, you are a moralist.
The color of moralism is blue. The official motto of Moral Intern, or Moralist International, is a blue forget-me-not, a piece of grey sky. Unofficial. For a moment, there was hope.
For a moment, there was hope.
For a brief crack in the clouds, we thought, can we really dream of a better world, or can we just stream it on HBO?
Well, are we not a moralist? Are we a moralist, or are we not committing?
No, I'm not a moralist. These moralists sound like bitches. Let's go with, we're communards, damn it.
All right.
Of course. Not easy to be moderate about head shooting in your line of work.
Yankee Doodle seized the means of production.
Only macaroni.
Pointy shooty.
Rudy Tooty Pointy Shooty.
Fuck yeah, this is a great this is the best one we've had so far.
Oh yeah, animation baby.
Yeah.
That's the way of history.
I wish she dropped her cup as we did that.
I do like how like the bag just kind of like extends forward for our finger guns.
Yeah, they turned occlusion off, and now the bag is a part of us.
All right, shall we ask about the kerfuffle?
Tell us about the kerfuffle, this liberal kerfuffle.
The turn of the century revolution? Don't answer it. It's a trick question. The revolution began in '02 on the Isla of Grad, though by the end, nearly the whole world had gotten involved.
And it started?
It wasn't a who, But a what? A pandemic of Zarat, a particularly virulent prion disease, which the authorities in Grad proved unable to contain. Then Mazov came along and overthrew the government.
Our boy, Krasmazov.
Ooh, yeah. Who knows Kov McGraw? What did this Zarath do?
It made people overthrow their governments.
No way.
Indeed. Zarat is a highly infectious microorganism that destroyed brain tissue. The actual causes of the revolution were material. The pandemic only provided the spark.
This was made.
She's just like, oh yes, you're right. Yes, that's just bullshit.
Imagine like somebody being like, "What caused the revolution?" Oh, the toxoplasmosis. You know, they all got fucked up and thought, "Let's fucking aggressively."
Let's all climb trees and like stick our heads into the sky so passing birds will eat us.
You know what? I do it every day. I don't even need toxoplasmosis.
Where did it spread from there?
From Revachol and Grad? Not far. The world managed to cauterize itself. Mazov's government was overthrown in 08, and the coalition crushed the Revachol commune 2 years later. It was the end.
And next?
Why? You and I, officer. Our lives in the zone of control.
Something tells you her life and yours are not that similar. Maybe it's because she has a boat and you have that necktie? A pair of pants?
You have a pair of pants.
I'm glad we have a pair of pants. Imagine she's telling you the world history and your pants fall down. And then she's like, yes, a metaphor.
For history.
Can't you go 5 minutes without embarrassing yourself? How long was that? What is the zone of control? Is that like the New World Order?
A city
like the NWO with Hulk
into
Hogan.
free market zones under the everlasting interregnum of the Coalition of Nations. And you, of course, the citizens' militia.
The clatter of typewriter keys fills the main hall of the reappropriated silk mill. Precinct 41. Chad Tilbrook presses enter. Outside, Officer Elfboy Williams slams the door of an armored motor carriage.
The zone of control is the third incarnation of Revachol, after the failure of the suzerain and the commune.
And the rest of the world.
Modernity. They developed the marvels of the inter-eastlery communication, telematic milieus, radiation, colored plastics. Meanwhile, in Revachol West, the aftermath continues for the 5th decade.
And for how long?
43 years. Hard to fathom, I know.
What have we been doing all this time? Are you telling me modernity isn't like believing you're part of a grand narrative and it's just like square furniture?
Seems like it's the furniture, but let's find out.
Yeah.
The 20s saw a decade of urban war, west of the river leveled, offshore platforms in flames. Still, it's regarded as an improvement on what came before. 08 to 19 was simply hell.
And after that?
The 30s? Things settled down in the 30s. Revachol East transformed itself into the world's largest tax haven, with the international community's blessing. For the first time in a long time, it seemed like things were going somewhere.
That's when they discovered disco.
Yes, and quantitative easing. It was a market mirage, unfortunately. The 40s dispelled it. An Isla-wide hangover, you might say. So, here we are. Welcome to reality, baby.
Welcome to reality, baby.
Hey, new skill point, baby.
We got a reality lowdown. We know things about reality.
Back to rise, back to rise.
Are we curious about what Joyce would have done differently?
Yeah, would you have been a good slave owner?
Let's find out.
Good question. What would you have done differently?
Holy shit.
Tough question.
I asked you, who are you in all this?
And I asked you.
Fuck
Past
you.
less detective of the citizens' militia. What insight has acute encephalopathy given to you?
She could shoot her boat.
Yeah. Not just yet.
What would I have done with the mineral rights? I would have made Web 4. Here's a picture of a photograph you can own that I actually have. You can only call me to look at it. I'll describe it to you.
Yeah.
I would have taught a medical solution.
All right.
So a quarter of humanity simply lost their minds. And how would you stop a prion, a complex folding protein, unlife, with a technology 50 years ago?
I feel like number one,
All right.
I think we need to enforce hand washing and proper measures.
Definitely hits a little bit different in 2022 than it would have when it was released.
In 2018, I think. I'm avoiding certain keywords to not I don't know. That's not to
Find
think
out
about
what
it too
Joyce
much.
thinks.
Good hygiene. Really. A very moderate solution to an extreme problem. It's
You
those
haven't
sort
had
of half
dysentery,
measures
have
that
you,
doomed the
lady?
authorities in Grad. When they failed to step up, Marzov and his party stepped in. In this particular case, maybe a more robust state response might have been appropriate.
Opinions expressed here do not reflect the official position of the RCM.
And what is your official position, Lieutenant?
My position, ma'am? My parents got ripped to shreds in the revolution. I would have gone the same way. I was saved by being 2 years old. That's my position. The abattoir.
Understandable.
All right. Well, I think we've heard enough about the times.
Yeah, I'm tired of being a debate bro while Kim has a lived experience.
They are what they are. Who knows? An afterbloom may yet come.
I mean, we presumably have a lived experience too. We just don't know what it was.
I'm getting mine from video essays I watch.
Body keeps the score. All right, let's continue.
Anyway,
How many bullet holes do I
enough
have?
sentimentality. Is there anything else you want to know?
Can I
Here's
have
your
your
chance.
boat?
Ask her who she is. She won't get out this time.
You can ask her who she is for real this time.
Who are you? You can't say an enigma again. You fooled me once.
She won't maneuver her way out of this one.
Stop dodging. What are you?
I am the vilest of the vile. A traitor. A devourer of nations and infants.
Got him.
I am an ultra.
She raises the corner of her mouth, smirking, revealing a canine.
This is like the opposite experience of when I dabbed in front of my boss. Like, he couldn't fucking do anything.
It's true.
A liberal. What?
Dios mío, a liberal.
What are these? What the fuck? What is an ultra? Like, I assume like that's related to a liberal. Like that's.
They'll tell. Yeah, like it says wait, right? So she'll give you more information before you decide.
Wait, what's an ultra? Is it like
An
plus ultra?
ultra-liberal.
Like what?
It's a type of liberal. From the revolution. It's, not the moderate kind.
So it's not like plus ultra. Like what's his name from My Hero Academia says. All Might. Yeah, that's what All Might says. You're fuck. All Might's cooler than you, lady.
I mean, debatable, but let's find out.
All Might's cooler than most liberals.
Also, probably true.
Yeah, Das Mio, a liberal.
Yes. I am the nether creature of the Forbidden Swamp. I pushed the king under a shit wagon and betrayed the revolution. My kind surrendered the nation to financial colonists. I can see you thought we'd gone extinct. After all, no sane person identifies as an ultra-liberal anymore. Not in broad daylight. You're a centrist at heart. A real moralist, no? Tell me, now that I've uncoiled myself, do you find me frightening?
In her green eyes, you see a mixture of truth and self-satire. Decades of guilt and pride.
I feel you really like Jimmy Fallon. That's my hot take.
I feel like you were trying to sell me a monkey JPEG.
Do you have any property on the moon? I don't even know how to answer this. I'm gonna say you're a monster.
All right.
That's the best way we can go. Like, well, we'll
That's a
say I
pity.
forgive you.
I hope we can remain collegial despite it. Remember, we were partners, whether you like to admit it or not. There's blood on many hands, I assure you. When the dust settled, the Liberals were the only ones left to clean up the mess. By virtue of their survival, they were handed enormous power to shape the future. This was all our last generation managed.
What a bang-up job you did. Would you have done something differently?
With due respect to our overlords, the eternal caretaker government that keeps Martinez a monument to the efficacy of its artillery, I would not have relinquished sovereignty to the Coalition. Not here in Martinez, and not in the Stella Maris or Delta Beachheads either. If not for my own sake.
She realizes her small, cold fists are clenched. She loosens them.
Then for my daughters. We had an obligation to defend our sovereignty. We should have burned the whole Isla down rather than let them have it.
Dark orange flames reflect in her green eyes. An oil fire on the ocean.
You're part of the Lalelulelo.
You're a patriot?
Yes,
Yeah, you know, you're...
I suppose I am. But I wouldn't be a patriot anywhere but here.
That's what all the patriots say.
Every
Seditious
patriot
talk,
thinks
man.
they're correct. You're a smart woman? No. No, that's bad. You have daughters?
Yes. Whatever else I am, I'm also a mother. And a wife. Now, shall we return to reality?
All right. Well,
He's a girl boss.
we can do this impossible conceptualization check again, if we'd like.
No.
All right.
I'd rather not.
Glad to
That's,
have been
I
of
don't know if
assistance.
that'd be useful.
The little that I know. Anything else?
All right. Well, we have got a lowdown on reality, and maybe we know a little bit more about Joyce.
I don't think I'd be friends with Joyce in real life.
No, I don't think so either. But it's always, like she said, it's kind of insane to hear someone describe themselves as an ultra-liberal. But they do exist, and they're just as weird as you might expect.
Yeah, if you're an ultra-liberal, that usually just means you actually pay for all the streaming services and don't understand the irony of cutting the cable.
All right. Well, next time we'll continue exploring Revachol, and now that we know everything about reality, it will certainly be easy.
Now we can interrogate everybody.
All right.
Do you know about reality, Kim? He's gonna be like, yes, I was right there.
Yeah, I was listening. All right. If you have been, thanks for watching.
And if you haven't, thanks for being yourself.
All right.